Hi guys, it's Tyler from T.N.T Garage, and I figured I'd do a short little video today that kind of outlines more or less something that you don't have to have the best. You can actually get something a little cheaper and make it work. More or less the definition of don't get it right, just get it running. And we're going to take a little tour of my lawnmower today to kind of show you that. So here we go. We got my 2000, it's an MTD lawn humper. It's got 17 and a half hard ponies, 46-inch deck, powered by a Never Start, which is obviously gone. Now, at first glance, it's just your regular mower, and of course I got an old sweeper, but I bought this mower for 200 bucks, and it was worth about $2, because when I got it, it moved. As you can see, I got rid of the shifter here in a nice fashion, just lightly pulled it out of there. The transaxle was bad. Now you think, well, the mower's junk, it don't move. It was. But I happen to have a Craftsman that the front axle had folded underneath because I'm easy on equipment, and I had a rear transaxle. Now this is a 6-speed Craftsman manual transaxle, wheels and everything from it. And we got 6 speeds right here. Reverse, neutral's a little primer mark, so I remember where it's at, all the way to 6th. And you can see it's got a nice hole here because at the time I didn't have a Sawzall, a death wheel, any of that. So I just took a step bit and drilled about 500 holes and just folded her over. And it works. It works nice. And even, I don't know if you can see under the battery, but can't really see it. But even use the factory linked belt on the pulley. Now, there is an actual tip in here because I went to start this up this spring and I ran into a little issue. My coil went bad. So, well, I had to figure out what was going on. And with these Briggs & Stratton coils, typically, if you can get to it, which I'll show you, there's a nice open element air cleaner there because I don't know where the screw for the lid is, so that's not back on. To get to the coil, you have to take the engine cover off. It's just some perimeter screws. Pop that off, and then you get to this coil, which is mounted this way, and it's next to the flywheel, and there's flying magnets in here. As it goes by, that's what creates your spark. Now, you flip it over, you see that spade right there, and what happens is that spade is your ground. So if it's your dead man switch, so if you let get off the seat or get off without having the brake engaged, in the case of this, it will ground the coil and stop your spark. So if you're having a spark issue, take the wire off of that. And if you have spark, then you know there's an issue with your circuits back here, whether it be your seat, your brake, or if you have a clutch, which mine does not. This is a go pedal. You have a problem with those circuits. Now, mine still won't spark. So all you do is you take a multimeter, put one end in here, one end on the body of the coil. And that should be above 2.3 ohms on your multimeter. If it is, the coil's good. If it's out of limits or below 2.3, then your coil's bad. Which, if it don't spark when your dead man switch is disconnected, that's probably the case anyway. But you need to watch out, because I went and picked up an updated coil from Farm and Fleet and put it on, and nothing happened. So there was $75 out the window. I ended up going to a, lawn and garden actual shop, got a coil, put it on, she fired right up. So that's a little tip. If you're not having spark, obviously fuel's easy enough to figure out. If you're cranking it, you should be able to look down the carb and watch fuel dribble in if you got fuel. So that's just a little something about this old mower here that is a conglomeration of Craftsman and MTD parts, which, as we all know, is the best of the best. And it works. I'm particularly proud of the fact that Craftsman transaxle was a clutch system. You let the clutch out, the tractor moves. This one, you push this down, the tractor moves, and you have some modulation there. So I was able to keep that, which I really liked, and have the 6-speed, which isn't going to break. And of course, you know, had to do the all-important professional tire repair. That works great. I only have to air that up about every 5 minutes. And you got your deck control. You got this here, so when you're pulling the kids in the sled, they just hang on to that. And she gets the job done. She works quite well. So just, there you go. That's a quick little walk around of making the best out of nothing. Well, so there you have it. Obviously, that looks like a pile of crap, but it actually runs really good. It mows excellent, and I never have an issue. So, like I said, if you don't want to go out and buy something new and you have a little bit of mechanical ability, it didn't take me much to put that axle in. It really didn't. They're all fairly similar to where you can fudge it enough to make it work. And it's bolted in solid braces and all that. So, like I said, if you can't get it right, just get it running. You guys have a good day. We'll see you soon.